Hello friends, welcome you all. This tutorial is regarding how to use a Selenium recorder tool for doing automation of web application using Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so we'll first discuss agenda of this tutorial and then we'll move ahead one by one. I want to explain how do we use Selenium WebDriver and why do we use. That is out of scope of this tutorial. I will simply explain how to use Selenium recorder to generate the POMs. So first let's understand what is POM. POM is nothing but page object model. So when we do automation of a web application, we have one class corresponding to each page of the application, or you can say for each section we can have a class that is called POM. It will have all the controls of that particular page or section in that class. Okay, now let's have a look at the agenda. So agenda is we'll discuss what is the traditional way of creating POM, or you can say what is the current way of creating POM. Okay, and then we'll see the example of how do we create POM now. Okay, the next step is we'll learn how to use Selenium recorder, how to generate POM using Selenium recorder, and how to utilize the POM generated through Selenium recorder. Okay, so let's discuss about the traditional way. So when we are doing automation using WebDriver, how do we do that? We simply open the application, inspect the element which you want to capture, get the controls properties like say ID you want to use or want to use name or class name, and then you write down the code for each control. So this whole process is very time consuming, and even if you don't have ID or name or a unique identifier for that control, it is a little bit difficult to decide which locator to use and how do we use that. Okay, so let's have an example how do we do the automation now. Now let's say I want to do the automation of Google. So you open this page Google. I want to capture this text box and this button. So what I will do is I will inspect this element. So to do the inspection, you need to have a good knowledge of HTML. Okay, and even it is sometimes difficult to look at the HTML of a web application. It is very much complex sometimes. Okay, so now let's talk about this thing only. So for this particular text box we have this ID, so you can use this ID to find the control, or you can use this class name as well. Okay, now how do we do that? Like say I want to use this ID control. I have this sample Google POM. Okay, it has nothing but instance of WebDriver. So what we'll do is I will create a property of type web element, give the name say search box. Okay, this dot driver dot find element, say by ID. Fine. So this is how we do automation. Now see I want to use this POM. This is my test class. I have this. I will create instance of this Google POM. POM is equal to new driver, and then we'll use the whatever property, whatever control we have captured. So this is how we do that. So this is whole process of inspecting the element and then doing automation is lengthy process and time consuming. Now let's see how do we can use Selenium recorder to automate this thing. I have already installed the application on my system, so we'll simply launch it up. Okay, so this is my home page of my tool. So you can see these controls are disabled as of now. So what you need to do is we need to click on that and click on the start. So we'll discuss only the basic functionality as of now. In the next tutorial we'll discuss how we can use open and save. So clicking on the start button, it will enable all these controls. Okay, we'll discuss all these tabs one by one. So let's first discuss how to generate the form. So let's say you want to load your application. Say I want to use or I want to do the automation of Google page. Fill in the URL of your application here. Click on the go button. It will load your application in this container like this way. Okay. Now say you want to capture this control, this one and this one and this one. Right click on that, add control. Right click on that, add control. Add control. So as you can see that it is adding a list in the left pane. Sorry. Okay. So let's click on this one thing. So it will highlight for which control it belongs to, and on the map tab it is highlighting the properties. Okay, so this let's discuss about one by one. So this reset control is to reset this whole pane. It will delete all the controls that we have captured. Okay, this delete button, using this you can delete a particular control. So the search properties and values is the best way suggested by the Selenium recorder to do the automation. Like say you have the ID property of this search box, so it is selecting the ID and the value of that ID. Okay, but you can change this and according to your requirements. Say you don't want to use ID, you want to use class name, or you want to use class name, so you can use that as well. Once you have changed your search properties, you will have to save changes. Click on the save changes. Okay, so selecting on another control, it will highlight another control, and accordingly it will show the properties here. Don't have any class name, you can use CSS selector, so it will have another drop down in which you can use the selector. Okay, and then you can click on the save button. Fine. This filter control is you want to filter some control that you don't want to capture out. Okay, so you can put the tag name here, like say I don't want to capture the option h2 h1 script tag style. Okay, so you can put it there and click on the save button. Comma separated should be. Now let's say you have captured all the controls for a particular page. Now you want to generate the code. So generate is having two options. One is page object model and another is page factory. So in page factory you use attributes of webdriver, and we use page factory to initialize all the controls. And in page object model you simply have the control properties for each control. Okay, let's click on the page object model. It will open a dialog. We'll ask for the namespace. Say I want to use the namespace is test namespace, and the class name is Google Form. Fine. You click on the generate button. So it says that it has created file into C drive, forms and Google Form.cs. Let's go to that. So this is my folder where I have created the class files. So this is my class. It has created two files. One is XML file. We'll discuss this XML file in other tutorials. Let's have a look at this CS file. Copy this CS file into a sample project. Okay. So this is what the Selenium recorder has generated. It has created properties with their corresponding search values and locators. It has written the code for us, so you can use directly. Like this way. Okay, so that is all how to get started with Selenium recorder. In case you have any query, you have any question, or you want to contact me, you can note down my email ID. It is kumarvirendra393@gmail.com. I will come up with another tutorials to explain how to use that XML file, how to use the already created POM, load it up in the Selenium recorder and add new controls. Thank you guys. Thanks.